Woohoo! So, we're gonna start this again. Well, I've been working on that stupid Yukon. It's not actually Yukon's fault, but damn it. I went to C-Max and I got some paint and, well, it kind of turned blue because they mix it there and they're not very good. Anyways, I'll show it to you. We'll do the driver's side, which is black. See how it looks kind of bluish? It's got like this area here that's foggy. But C-Max says it's the exact same. This is the old paint where I did the spot. I don't know if you can see it that well. But it'll look black. And the rest looks blue. So I have to respray the whole truck. Because the last time they sent me a paint that wasn't quite right. See, black, and then there's a line, and then it goes blue. But this is C-Max saying that they're the exact same paint code. You see black, but it's blue. The only good one is this panel. This panel actually came out black because I've sprayed it with the new gallon that I got. I ended up getting another gallon, so I went through 2 gallons. Well, I will be going through 2 gallons and a half. So a quart, whatever. Anyways, here, take a look at this. See, it's foggy. I don't know how well this camera will show that. But you see how you can see, like, it's not quite right. And now look at this door. You see that? Black, blue. See how foggy it is? That's after being sprayed with their matching quart. It turned all blue. This is a little black with a blue outline. This is all blue. This is black. Blue. All blue. Above the door handle. Black door handle because that's the other paint. Blue. And then black. 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 Right here. Blue. All blue. All blue. All blue. Now black. Right here. Black here. Then blue. And blue. It's all blue. Blue, 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 blue. And then it goes black again because that's where I had done the other one. But I had ran out of paint on this side. So I went and I grabbed one of these fancy little quart cans of paint. The exact same code, everything else. But when I looked at the mix after I sprayed it, they've mixed it and it's about 5 shades different. Because each chemical that they added was 5 parts different. Which means instead of having black, I ended up spraying it with what turned into blue. It was black when I sprayed it, but when it dried, it's light blue. So, I've got to respray the whole truck because C-Max, Napa, whatever you want to call them, told me that they didn't carry glass shield paint anymore, that all they carried was this Nelson's crap, and since they mix it in store, it's never the same color. It doesn't match the paint codes. I brought a little bit to another company. They said, this is gunmetal black, it's not black. I said, okay, well, so it wasn't just me, it wasn't how I mixed the paint, it wasn't anything that I had done. I did everything the exact same. The only difference was who mixed it. They have a young guy there at the C-Max that mixes it, and then the old guy who mixes it. Well, the old guy goes by the actual code and will match it, and the young guy just mixes it, puts it in the can, and sends it out. And because their front desk clerks really don't have any idea on paint or parts or how to put it together or how to put it on, proper application, they keep on not sending the paperwork and stuff on the mixes and everything else. So I have to go online and I have to search, even though I bought the paint from them, and it's considered to be part of their company that they do that and give you all the stuff. Well, I've had about 6 different problems picking up the last gallon. They sent just the gallon. They didn't send the paint thinner, the catalyst, nothing. So that made it a little bit difficult for me. So I sent the guy, the owner of the vehicle, back to pick up more of the paint and the right stuff for it. Well, he turned around and told me, he says, oh, well, this is what they gave me. I said, well, I can't spray paint if I don't have catalyst and thinner. So I sent him back. Remember, we got a gallon of paint. We got less than a liter of paint thinner. It's 1-to-1 mix, so it's exactly equal parts plus catalyst. How do you spray it? If you get a gallon of paint and basically a quart of paint thinner, they're supposed to send 2 things of catalyst so that I can mix it thicker and be able to get it to dry faster, mid-temperature. They sent 1, so I don't have enough to mix the whole gallon of paint. So again, painting the whole truck, I get stuck with not enough paint or no way to mix it. I would suggest to anybody who does paint, don't use the Nelson stuff, or whatever you want to call it. Don't bother going to C-Max. They pay the guys like $8 an hour, and there's a reason for that. They're really, like, I asked them for a bonding agent to do the bumpers. They sent me clear coat. I asked for it again. They sent me a spray bomb clear coat that's for bonding, but it's not going to stop the fact that the clear is going to be hard and the bumper is going to be flexible. So eventually the clear is going to crack off the bumper. There's really not too much I can do about it. Go Glass Shield. Glass Shield, they warranty their paint. They give you all the stuff. It's mixed at the factory. Yeah, it might not be as quick. You might have to order it in. But once you've ordered it in, it's not a different color. You don't have to wait. Oh, I sprayed the vehicle, it looked black, and now it turned gunmetal blue. You know? These things don't happen with Glass Shield paint. The Nielsen paint, if potentially it was mixed at the manufacturer, it might actually work. I don't find it a bad product, but I don't find it a great product. You can't cover, you can't fill. It won't cover gray primer. It's this, it's that, it's another thing. Gloss paint is usually the way to go. Don't bother with the base coats. You're going to be doing twice as much work and you're going to get half the finish. And then you can get stuck with the same problem that I did, where the base coats are mixed by them and it doesn't come out the same, even though you gave them the paint code and part number and whatever they asked for. I tried to give them the mixing measurements and they told me it didn't matter. They weren't taking the information. They were just going to do it how they did it because their guys, they know what they're doing. Well, they don't. It's gunmetal blue. It's not black. I wanted black paint. I don't want to have to paint the truck 100 times. The guy's really upset because he hasn't gotten his truck back. It was supposed to be done before Christmas. Then it was supposed to be done before New Year's. Now we're way past a couple months and I'm still doing the same thing. I'm resanding and painting and resanding and painting because they give me the wrong base coats. And if I spray it with clear, it's going to show in the sun. There's no way to get around it. Most people, oh, you can't really see it. I don't want to can't really see. This guy wants showroom finish. I need to do it the right way. Never again. I will never go to C-Max ever again for paint. It's never going to happen. You couldn't pay me enough to have to redo a car 3 or 4 times because they can't get the order right. I asked for 1.5 gallons. They sent me 1 gallon. Then I go to pick up the half. And then they give me gunmetal blue. Once it's sprayed, it looks black, but once it dries, it actually turns like a marble blue. Like there's just a layer. If I sand it, it'll look kind of black. But do I really want to take the chance in putting on the clear coat and having a blue panel? Like the middle of a door? Like, do you think the guy would really like that? No, you got a black truck and you got sloppy blue spots in the middle of it because they can't mix their paint. And I've sent him to pick it up, so he can't even say, well, the paint is wrong because you did it. I didn't do it. They mixed it wrong. They won't accept responsibility for it. They won't fix it. They won't help you out by giving you the right stuff. They won't fix their mistakes. When they gave me the wrong amount of paint, they told me, send the guy back. But the guy's on holidays. He just left. So he's not in the country. They said, oh, well, it needs to be him. It needs to be his credit card. You need to have the work order. You need all these things. Well, you know what? Your printout does nothing for me. And by you guys not helping me, I'm buying your product. You guys fucked up, not me. There's nothing wrong with what I did. It's the color of the paint. Well, it's not Nielsen's problem because they didn't do it. It's C-Max. They mixed it. They screwed it up. They don't fix it. They don't give a shit. Well, I think it's time for somebody to post something and tell them, you know what? We're not going to use your product. If you can't figure out how to make it, we shouldn't have to deal with it. And it shouldn't be considered to be the same price and the same everything as other paints if it's not right every time. There's also a couple other companies that I do work for. One of them, the guy's painted the same Jeep 8 times. A panel here, a panel there, because the guy gets in an accident within the same year, so it's not even fading. The first can they sent him was red. So he painted the fender and the hood red. It came out nice, candy apple red. Then they sent him the other paint that's supposed to be for the back. It was orange. He had to add black paint to get it dark enough to put it on the car. And because they had closed and they didn't want to deal with it, and the guy couldn't get a hold of the guy, so he couldn't bring it back because it was done on credit card, he got stuck with orange paint for a red Jeep, a TJ Jeep. Do you see an orange, factory orange TJ Jeep when it is a 92? No, they're red. They're like almost candy apple red. How is it you send candy apple red and then you send orange, pumpkin orange? Okay, it's C-Max. Forget them. They're not worth it. Too much work. Oh, it was a cheaper paint. Oh yeah, and it cost you the look of your vehicle and hours of work and a nightmare to do. You really want to do C-Max? Oh yeah, have fun, because I'm never going to order paint that doesn't fucking match again. I'm not here to try and make an hourly wage for 10 paint jobs on one vehicle. This is supposed to be a paint and go situation. Anyways, anybody who watches this will kind of get my idea and how cheesed off I am because I've sanded this 6 times because they didn't send enough paint, it didn't come out right, so I needed to sand it so that I could overlap the paint so it would look right, and then the paint turned blue, so now I have to sand it again and paint it again and start all over again. Anyways, hopefully the owner doesn't want to kill me after this. He does know that it's them mixing the paint, because when he came to look at it, he said, "What are those spots?" I said, "Well, what do they look like?" He says, "They look black." I said, "Yeah, and the rest of it looks blue, doesn't it? So it's not just me." He says, "No, it looks blue." What the fuck did you do to my truck? I said, I picked up the paint, I used the paint code, and then I put the two cans next to each other, and you can see the difference in their mix. Well, when I call them and I say, I'm going to give you the mix, they said, no, that's the amount per can. I said, so a gallon and a quart is only 1% different, because the lowest number of percentage that they were wrong was 1%. I said, so that means you have 1% less paint if you get a gallon or you have a quart. I don't think so, buddy. There's a big difference there. You're half a gallon to a gallon. That's not 1%, that's 50%. So stop trying to cover your butt because you guys don't know how to do it, and just explain that there must be a new guy and he must have made a mistake, and then fix the problem. You want to make money? Why do you think you guys have so many problems? Why does C-Max not make as much money? Why is Caps making money? Because Caps orders the paint, it's the paint code, it's the right color, there's no fucking around, spray it and go. They don't like to sell paint, but you can order it through them. You know what? Glass Shield. You order Glass Shield paint, you can have a hole. You could have literally a hole in the panel and spray enough Glass Shield paint thick enough and fill that hole, and it won't even blister out. Glass Shield is an amazing product. It's something that everybody should go with, and nobody should have to deal with these problems. Anyways, you guys have fun.